A $10 laundry basket, 20 pounds of potatoes, 90 days. That's the whole trick. And here's the part that matters most if your knees or your back aren't what they used to be. There's no digging. None. No trenches, no shovels, no getting down on the ground and hoping you can get back up. Just one plastic basket from any store, and a method so simple, you'll wonder why nobody taught it to you sooner. By the end of this video, you'll know every step, start to finish, to grow restaurant-quality potatoes in a space smaller than a card table. No garden? No problem. Let's grow some serious food.
Welcome back to Ageless Garden. If you're here, one of three things is true. You're short on space, you're tired of methods that ask too much of your body, or you already know potatoes are one of the most filling, storable foods you can grow at home. Maybe it's all three. If that sounds like you, hit subscribe now, because this channel is built around growing more with less strain. Here's what the laundry basket method solves. No digging, no bending over a trench, perfect drainage, effortless harvest. And it can be done on a patio, a balcony, or a back step, anywhere there's sunlight. So why does this actually work? Potatoes don't grow from roots. They grow from underground stems. Every time you bury more of that stem, the plant makes more potatoes along the buried section. Traditional row planting buries the stem once. That's it, one layer of potatoes. This basket method lets you bury it 3, 4, even 5 times as the plant grows. Same footprint, multiplied harvest. And when it's time to harvest, you don't dig at all. You just tip the basket over. Let me walk you through exactly how this works, one step at a time. Potatoes grow from structures called stolons, underground stems that shoot out sideways from the main plant. Tubers form along those stolons. More buried stolon length means more room for potatoes to develop. In the ground, you dig a trench, plant your seed potatoes, and hill the soil once or maybe twice. That gives you about 12 to 18 inches of buried stem. In an 18 to 22-inch laundry basket, you can add soil progressively as the plant grows. This is called continuous hilling, and it can bury 24 to 30 inches of stem, sometimes more. More buried stem equals more potatoes. That's the entire secret. Simple physics, not luck. The basket itself gives you advantages ground planting can't. The holes on the sides let air reach the roots, which stops root circling and builds a stronger, more efficient root system. Dark plastic warms the soil faster in spring, which means earlier planting and faster growth.
And because the basket sits up off the ground, everything, watering, checking on your plant, harvesting, happens at a height that doesn't ask your knees to do anything. Potatoes form tubers best between 60 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. With a basket, you control that. Move it into shade if it's too hot. Insulate it if you're extending the season. Ground planting just doesn't give you that flexibility. Do this right, and one basket can produce 20 to 30 pounds of potatoes. That's around 15,000 calories of food from a space barely 2 feet by 2 feet. If that number surprised you, tap that like button right now. It helps this video reach other gardeners who need to see it. First, the basket. A standard plastic laundry basket with holes on the sides and bottom, at least 18 inches tall. Most store-bought baskets are 18 to 22 inches, which is exactly right. Expect to spend $8 to $15. Skip the flimsy dollar store versions. You want something sturdy enough to last a few seasons. Second, seed potatoes. And this part is non-negotiable. Do not use grocery store potatoes. They're treated with sprout inhibitors specifically to stop them from growing.
you need certified seed potatoes. Expect $12 to $18 for 5 pounds, and 5 pounds fills 3 to 4 baskets. For the best yield in a single basket, pick an early to mid-season variety that matures in 70 to 90 days. Yukon Gold, Red Pontiac, and Kennebec are all reliable, high-yielding, and store well. Third, soil. You'll need about 2.5 to 3 cubic feet of quality potting mix per basket, roughly 2 large bags.
Skip garden soil or topsoil straight from the ground. It's too heavy and compacts inside a container. If you want a premium blend, mix 1 part peat moss or coconut coir, 1 part compost, and 1 part perlite. Perfect drainage, nutrition, and structure, all in one.
Fourth, fertilizer. Potatoes are heavy feeders. Nitrogen early for foliage, then phosphorus and potassium for tuber development. A balanced organic fertilizer works well, and you'll apply it at planting and again with each hilling. Fifth, and this one's optional, landscape fabric or burlap to line the basket if you're worried about soil washing out. Most basket holes are small enough that you won't need it. And finally, easy water access. Containers dry out faster than ground soil, so consistent watering matters more here than it would in a garden bed. About 2 weeks before planting, which is typically 2 to 4 weeks before your last spring frost,
Take out your seed potatoes and look them over.
you're looking for pieces about the size of a golf ball or a chicken egg. Those can go in whole.
Larger potatoes need to be cut, and each piece should have at least 2 or 3 eyes, those small dimples where new growth emerges.
Use a clean, sharp knife and make sure each piece weighs at least 2 ounces. Here's the step almost everyone skips, and it's the one that determines whether you succeed. After cutting, let the pieces cure. Lay them in a single layer somewhere cool, dry, dark, and well ventilated for 24 to 48 hours. During that time, the cut surface dries and forms a protective callus. Skip this, and you can lose 30 to 50% of your seed potatoes to rot before they even get a chance to grow. While they cure, they may start sprouting, and that's fine. Some gardeners intentionally pre-sprout or chit their seed potatoes in indirect light a week or 2 before planting to give them a head start. Sprouts an inch or 2 long are ideal. Longer than 3 inches? Gently snap off all but the strongest 2 or 3 per piece.
Now we plant. Choose your spot carefully because a full basket will weigh 60 to 80 pounds and you won't want to move it later. You need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. More sun, more potatoes. If your summers run hot, morning sun with afternoon shade is ideal. Potatoes handle heat, but they produce best in moderate temperatures. Add 4 to 6 inches of potting mix to the bottom of the basket as your base layer and level it out. Place 3 to 4 seed potato pieces on top, spaced evenly around the basket rather than clustered in the center. Cover them with another 3 to 4 inches of soil, so they end up buried about 4 inches deep total. Water thoroughly until it runs out the bottom holes. This first watering activates the eyes, settles the soil, and clears out air pockets. Set the basket in its final spot and mark the date. Then wait. In 7 to 14 days, depending on soil temperature and variety, you'll see the first green shoots.
This next part is the single most important step in the entire method. It's called hilling, and it's how you multiply your harvest. When your plants reach 6 to 8 inches tall, add soil to bury most of the stem, leaving only the top 2 to 3 inches of foliage showing. It feels backwards, like you're smothering your own plant, but burying that stem is exactly what triggers more stolon growth, and more stolons mean more tubers.
you've just multiplied your potato growing real estate. Wait for another 6 to 8 inches of growth. Then,
Hill again. In a standard 18 to 22 inch basket, you'll typically hill 3 to 4 times over the season. Each time you hill, mix in about a quarter cup of balanced organic fertilizer with the new soil to feed the developing tubers. Keep hilling until the basket is filled to within 2 inches of the rim, leaving room for watering. Once it's full, stop hilling and let the plant mature. Here's the one habit that separates a good harvest from a great one. The first hilling matters most. Miss it or do it too late, and you lose a real chunk of your potential yield. Check your basket every 3 to 4 days once growth starts.
Between hillings, your job is simple: water and watch. Stick a finger 2 inches into the soil. Dry, water deeply. Moist, wait. Containers dry out faster than garden beds, especially in hot or windy weather. You might water daily in peak summer, or every 3 to 4 days when it's cooler. Consistency is what matters, not the exact schedule. Fluctuating moisture, wet, then dry, then wet again, causes hollow heart, cracking, and scab. Steady watering avoids all of it. Water slowly until it drains from the bottom, then stop. Morning watering is best, since it gives foliage time to dry before evening and lowers disease risk. If plants look pale or slow between hillings, a diluted liquid fertilizer or compost tea gives them a boost.
For pests, watch for Colorado potato beetles, orange and black striped beetles that can defoliate a plant fast. Check every few days and remove any beetles or their orange egg clusters by hand. Aphids sometimes cluster on new growth. A strong spray of water usually clears them. Insecticidal soap handles anything persistent. Here's a nice bonus of basket growing. Around 60 days in, you can reach into the top of the soil, feel around gently, and pull a few small new potatoes without disturbing the rest of the plant. Fresh potatoes while you wait on the main harvest. If this is saving you the backache traditional potato rows usually come with, give this video a share. It helps this reach more gardeners who need an easier way. Around 60 to 70 days in, your plants will flower. White, pink, purple, or lavender, depending on variety. That's your sign that tubers are actively forming underground. Don't harvest yet, unless you're just grabbing a few new potatoes. For full-size storage potatoes, wait until the foliage yellows and dies back naturally, usually 90 to 110 days after planting. As it yellows, the plant is pushing all its energy into the tubers and thickening the skins. Once the foliage is about 75% yellow, stop watering and let the soil dry out for about a week. This toughens the skins for cleaner harvesting and better storage. For the absolute best storage potatoes, wait until the foliage has been fully dead for about 2 weeks. And don't worry, your potatoes can sit safely in that dry soil for weeks. They're essentially already in storage. This is the payoff, and it's genuinely satisfying. Stop watering about a week ahead so the soil is dry and crumbly. On a dry day, simply tip the basket over onto a tarp or the grass. Everything comes out at once: soil, roots, and potatoes. No shovel, no kneeling in mud, no backstrain. Break the soil apart gently, and you'll find potatoes running through the entire depth of the basket, not just clustered at the bottom the way they would be in a traditional row. That's the whole method proving itself in front of you. Brush off the loose soil, but don't wash them yet. Washing strips the protective soil layer and invites rot in storage. Set aside any with cuts or bruises for immediate use within a week or two. The clean, undamaged ones go into storage. Sort by size if you like. Small for roasting whole, large for baking.
Dump the leftover soil and reuse it elsewhere after mixing in fresh compost, or let it rest for next season. Rinse and dry the basket, and it's ready to go again. Some climates even support a second crop in fall.
Don't skip curing. It's the difference between potatoes lasting weeks and lasting months. Lay them in a single layer, somewhere dark, cool, and humid. Ideally 50 to 60 degrees with high humidity. A basement or a garage works well. Leave them 10 to 14 days. Small cuts heal, skins harden further. Check periodically and pull out any showing rot before it spreads. After curing, brush off any remaining soil and move them to long-term storage, 40 to 50 degrees, in darkness. Use breathable containers, cardboard boxes, mesh bags, or wooden crates, never plastic bags. Stored this way, your potatoes will keep for 4 to 6 months, well into winter and early spring. Check monthly and remove anything sprouting or softening.
Tall plants, few potatoes? Usually too much nitrogen and not enough hilling. Cut back the nitrogen and make sure you're hilling every time the plant gains 6 to 8 inches. Green potatoes when you harvest? That's from light exposure, and it produces a toxic compound called solanine. Hill high enough that no potatoes sit near the surface, and discard any green ones. Small potatoes usually mean stress.
Inconsistent watering or not enough nutrients. Keep moisture even and fertilize at each hilling. Rotting potatoes point to overwatering or poor drainage. Make sure your holes are clear and only water once the top 2 inches of soil are dry. And there it is, 20 pounds of potatoes from a $10 laundry basket with no digging and no strain on your knees or your back. You now know why this works, what to buy, how to prep your seed potatoes, exactly how to plant, when and how to hill, how to care for the plant in between, and how to harvest and store a season's worth of food. Get a basket this week. Order your seed potatoes now. Plant according to your area's frost date, hill on schedule, and harvest your abundance in about 90 days. If this clicked for you, share it with someone who needs an easier way to grow food, and subscribe for more low-strain growing techniques that actually deliver. Until next time, grow smart and take control of your food.